Welcome inside UNC Charlotte and to the 49er Democracy Experience. The presidential nominating convention is upon us. Charlotte is on center stage, and our university is playing a key role in the biggest event in our region's history.
The 49er Democracy Experience has been much more than we had ever thought of. The student experiences have been more vibrant, there's been more of them, they came fast and quick, they're so much richer and deeper than we could have imagined. We got a research grant, the speakers, the opportunities to have national broadcasts on our campus. Our faculty experts are showing up in news articles around the country. I think about the 10 students that UNC Charlotte had in the Washington Center. Students that wanted to be engaged in this political process, not partisan, but folks that really do want to make a career in the political world or in the communications world on how you present these issues. That really got me energized to hear how these students decided that they wanted to participate.
One of the things I was most hopeful about was that we would find ways of getting students engaged in the whole convention process, finding them volunteer opportunities, getting them internships. And I've really been pleased at the quality of opportunities we've found for students with the host committee, with the Democratic National Convention Committee, with outside organizations like CNN, Fox News. And that's exactly what you want to take advantage of in an opportunity like the convention being here. What I hope they get out of it long term is how engagement matters in American society. You know, they're able to talk to some political leaders and political activists and realize that it can have an incredible impact on their community.
The fact that you can make a difference, the fact that you have the power to appeal to your constituents and to hear what they would like for you to represent, those humanistic values that I think are very intrinsic when it comes to politics.
Even if it was the Republican National Convention, I would want to be involved for the same process to learn and see it firsthand.
Yes, this is the Democrats' convention, but when it comes to the city, this is good for Charlotte with economic inclusion and trying to make us a leader in energy, really try to pave a new path forward for the city.
With this experience, I want to see how is Charlotte going to move on after the convention? How is the National Convention going to spotlight Charlotte as a city for possible major events like political debates, the Olympics, things like that, because it's going to be a big part of the development of our city in North Carolina.
I think we are definitely a smaller city. Even though we are growing, I think it is a really great opportunity for us to be able to expand a lot of things, help businesses as well as public transportation, kind of get that moving forward some more. So I think it was a really great opportunity. I think that it was the right time for Charlotte to get something like this.
Charlotte 2012 may go down as the smartphone convention. And amid all the widely evident communication technology, did you know that the content for the official convention app comes straight from a 49er?
Well, the first thing that put me on the first major task was to develop the content for an all-inclusive app for the DNC. The host committee was responsible for a little tab that was just called Charlotte, and we went through, I think right now there's 125 local venues for anything from restaurants to music to bars. Anything we felt was unique to Charlotte culture, that wasn't a chain, and we put this all in a really neat app that anybody can download for free. So when you're at our screen of the app, you're going to have two dials, one for the time that you're willing to spend and one for the distance you're willing to travel from your current location. It's GPS tracked. So once you plug that in, we've gone through and put in all the addresses of the 125 venues and the approximate time it would take to go to each one. So it would narrow them down, say you have 2 hours and you're willing to go 5 miles from where you are. So that's going to narrow it down to a handful of choices. And you have 12 categories that you can go through. Things like farm to fork foodie, there's barbecue and bruiser, there's for kids, there's just several different categories that narrow it down even further. Or you can just hit all and have all the time and distance in the world and you get all 125 places.
Be sure to join us next time as we go inside UNC Charlotte and the 49er Democracy Experience for more of the stories from across our university and its role in this historic event. We'll see you again tomorrow.